The car was late, and I mean, even Andy said on the phone, he said, you know, it's really late, and he knows it.
My name's Andy McCoy, and the owner of Andy McCoy Race Cars here in Washington, Missouri. You know, you built these cars 10 years ago, and it was easy to hit them on time, you know, because there's not much, you know, there wasn't that much into these cars. Now today, you know, the faster these cars go, the more safety equipment that's got to be put into these cars, the more equipment that's got to be put into these cars. You know, the electronics is just short of a space shuttle. It's more and more and more that goes into them. And when you look at a time frame 10 years ago of, you know, 12 weeks or 10 weeks, it was easy to hit. Now today, it's not that easy to hit. And, you know, I think that, you know, mounting a carbon bucket seat in these cars 10 years ago was a 8-hour job. Now you're mounting race tech seats in there and padding all around the driver that's, you know, a 3 to 4 day job, you know, to make sure that they're in there right. So, you know, things happen, and, you know, to try and make a car right, because these cars are running, you know, well over 200 miles an hour in the eighth. And to make sure that the driver's safe is important to us. So, you know, can you put a price tag on being late or the guy's life? You know, I think I'll take being late and saving a guy's life over being on time and getting him hurt.
My name is Scott Wymore. I'm the shop foreman at Andy McCoy Race Cars. I've been with Andy McCoy for 10 years now. I've been building, like I said, been building them for 25 years. I love it here. You know, it's not a fast-paced shop like a assembly line type where other shops are. The biggest key is safety. Safety is number one here. We're not going to chintz on our chassis or anything to make them lighter, just so a guy can stretch his life out there. Each car is better than the next. You know, everyone goes out of here. The innovations is always changing. The technology is always changing, so you're always looking to make things better, racer friendly. You know, you don't want to have to fight something you're working on when you only got 10 minutes or 15 minutes between rounds.
Everything worked out really well. You know, just with any new build, there's going to be hiccups along the way. And one of the hiccups was a technical thing that we wanted done with the car, which I guess I didn't do a good job of relaying to him when he, you know, so he, as he was building the car, he moved along past that point, and then I came back to him and I said, hey, we're doing something that I don't want to speak about on camera with the motor that I think is going to make it a lot better, and it's something that Darren came up with, and I think it's a dead winner. So can we incorporate something into the car? And it was after the fact, and the only way to do it was to kind of make something in the car that wasn't going to look very pleasing to the eye to accomplish our goal. So when I came here to get fitted for the car, that's when we noticed that, you know, I had made this mistake and not had told Andy. And so I said, listen, whatever you got to do to make this work, I don't care about what it looks like. And this goes to show where they're at here at Andy McCoy Race Cars. Andy tried to figure out what to do, and I was okay with just making something that didn't look that great just to accomplish the goal. He said, let me think on it. And I believe it was Scott that came up with the fix for it. So they came up with an ingenious fix for it that you don't even know that anything is different as you look at the car, but yet it is different. And that goes back to what Scott was saying about not being a cookie cutter shop. So I had a problem, and it didn't matter who was right or wrong. It had nothing to do with should I have told them earlier or later. The only thing that mattered was the fix to them. And no one put their head down, and no one kicked rocks and was like, I'm on a tight schedule. They just calmly said, give us some time and let us come up with a fix. And they did, and the fix was tremendous. And that's one of the reasons why I'm here, for situations just like that. I just want to get out there and kind of get my feet wet. I'm not trying to go out there and, you know, break any records on the, you know, the first weekend. So I just want to get comfortable. So as far as a goal, I just would like to make a pass without hurting anything, and something that I would consider to be competitive, and then just work from there. I really like the guys in the Northeast Pro Mod. Karate John, who runs it, does a tremendous job. Congratulations to them. It's their 25th year this year. That's a long time to have any Pro Mod series survive. But also the PDRA. I really like the PDRA. I like the people in the PDRA. I like the people in Pro Boost. You know, a lot of really good guys, and people who are running it are racer friendly. And that's important to me, because some of the old organizations, and I won't disparage any of them, it was all about them. But it seems like the PDRA, Northeast Pro Mod, these organizations, they really look out for the racers. And that's the kind of organization I want to be a part of. So either one of those two is swimming in deep water, though. I mean, I got to tell you right now, if anyone thinks that the Northeast Pro Mod isn't fast, they're sorely mistaken, because the cars over there are blindingly fast. And obviously we see what's going on in the PDRA. Every week there's just more changes and people are going faster. I definitely want to thank Darren Mayer. I've known him for a long time now, and Darren is great. The power plant in the car is Darren's. We spent many an hour on the dyno, days, weeks, months it turns into. And I'd like to thank his wife too. Jules is awesome. When I go to their house, I'm fortunate enough, whereas I get to eat with them and their family. They treat me really well. In fact, they treat me just like Andy and his wife treats me the same. So, you know, you're only as good as the people who you're around. You know, you can't do it all yourself, you know, and some super narcissistic people will think that you can, but really you can't. You need a team of people, and I really feel really good about the guys who I have on my side, if you will. Obviously Andy and the guys here, and also, you know, Darren. And lastly, I just want to thank my good friends Ray and Eddie Bayman in New Jersey. They helped me out a lot, more than they probably realize. So I just want to say thanks to them. And lastly, I just got married, and I'd be remiss if I didn't thank my wife. So I'd like to thank you, Stacy, for putting up with all this this nonsense that we do. So.